Today on Business Success in 6 with Stacie, I have Ying and Zach Rosen here from Arthur Murray Dance Studio in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. Hey, thanks for jumping on today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
It is my pleasure. You make so many people smile and look good and smooth and feel good. I am really excited. If you don't mind, I'd love to ask you 6 questions about Arthur Murray Dance Studio.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. When people ask you how you describe your business, how do you describe it?
We describe our business that we bring joy and love to their life through dancing.
Absolutely beautiful. So you have a really unique kind of story about how you guys got started. I'd love for you both to share your individual stories. So what were your plans when you started your business, or what were your plans when you met, and how have they changed? Let's talk about it.
Oh, okay. So, well, I grew up as an athlete and doing a lot of as a gymnast for a long time and doing some things here and there, dancing, football. But when I was in college, there was this one, I forget why, but I had this like dream list or dream wall where I'd go back to. And on that list was learning to salsa dance. And that's one thing that I'd never learned to do before. So once I graduated college, in between going to law school, which I never made it to, by the way, but in between what I thought, I went to Arthur Murray and I started to learn dancing, and I fell in love with what dancing is and the confidence it gives me. And really, it was an exciting thing to learn, to be able to go out to salsa clubs and meet other women and people. And at the studio was my future wife. She was in front of me the whole time. But...
Oh my gosh, so great. I love that. And Ying, you tell me.
So I was going to school in the Art Institute of Chicago at the time in downtown Chicago. And I randomly walked into the Arthur Murray Chicago in downtown. And when I walk in, it was an instant falling in love with something. I loved the people. They were all so positive, so nice. I was like, what is this place? And I actually also met one of my, she's beyond best friend. She's my mentor. She's everything. She was managing that school at the time. So basically, I fell in love. I kept going there as a student at first. And then one day, Charling is the friend that I'm telling. She was like, oh, I'm going to open my studio in Lincolnshire, Illinois. Do you want to come? I said, sure, I'll come work. And so that is the first job and the only career I ever had. And I have never felt like I was working for a day. I love every part of it. So then I managed the studio for 10 years. That's where I met Zach. And then in the meantime, I always knew that I want to spread this love. I knew that I wanted a studio to have our teachers also experience that joy of working. And so Charlie, at the time, my mentor was also training me how to open a studio this whole entire time too. Wow. And so when we opened the studio, and at the time, there was no Arthur Murray Milwaukee. We are the only first one. And so it was like, all right, let's do it. And so that's where we get started.
That is such a wonderful story. Well, thank you so much for doing that. So my next question actually for you is, what is the biggest way you impact the community?
Well, we like to get involved in many ways. We've done quite a few senior homes where we go there and we dance, we get the energy going and have it be like an exciting thing for them. We consistently or yearly go to Dominican high school where we host like a Latin class. That's usually what they're looking for on their multicultural day. Sure. Whitefish Bay is a great family-oriented city, which we love being a part of, and they have constant parades and different activities and themes, and we try to be involved in all of those. So we love to kind of be out there and be known. So we are the local dance spot for Whitefish Bay.
Absolutely. And you said you don't just do lessons on Friday nights, for example. You have something going on once in a while. Can you share that?
Yes. So every Friday at 7:30, because a lot of people take dance lessons, they might think they might go to this wedding or that, but really it's like maybe once every few months. So they don't actually go out and use it. Or by the time it's nighttime, a lot of us are parents, they don't want to go out anymore. You want to stay home with your kids. So every Friday at 7:30, we host our own party. It feels a lot like real life situation, but it's a lot safer and people are so kind, no judgment. And if you don't know how to dance, the instructors are there to help you on the spot. And I know we have like single guys and single ladies. They say, what if I don't have a partner? And our teachers will be their partners. And we will also help them make more friends. So then we'll introduce them, like the students, to each other. So then they have their own like dance friends.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. And you're just building confidence and doing something fun and healthy. And the word that when you said it's safer, like that feels so good, because a lot of times people want to go dancing, but they don't know if a place is going to be safe or not. So that's huge that you're doing that for our community. Thank you. So my next question for you both is, what is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from?
I know when we first started, our internet presence and website and marketing presence wasn't as strong. And we're very much in the people side of business, so that's why we do what we do. So that was definitely an area we could have gotten stronger at. And when the pandemic hit and we were home a lot, we could review and kind of see what we're doing. It gave us an opportunity to really look into what we're doing and why and how to be better with that. And so we learned a lot, and we revamped a couple things and got a lot better at how to really put ourselves out there with the social media and with the marketing advertising much better.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Could you tell me just a little bit more about your experience during the early stages of the pandemic? Like, how could you, everybody was closed for a little bit, but then how could you open back up in a safe way? Tell me a little bit more about your experience, please.
So we have all these dreams before pandemic. Actually, our studio opened for 1 year before the pandemic hit.
Wow.
Yeah, we have all this dream. We will reach out. We have parties. We have all these things. So it was building up and up. And then pandemic hit. And then it went from seeing people, touching people, to nothing at all. And at the time, it's almost like if you even open, you're doing something wrong. So then we follow everything to keep everyone safe. So we started thinking, and that's when what Zach was talking about, we started thinking, okay, what else can we do besides just sitting at home waiting? And we started Zoom. We did a lot of Zoom parties. And what is actually kind of cool is that we did Zoom parties with our Lincolnshire Arthur Murray team.
Oh, cool.
So at the time, everyone felt so disconnected to begin with because they are always at home. So actually, our group of students and the Lincolnshire group of students and the teachers all met each other. So we will have costume parties. We have birthday parties. We just dress up. And then, so that was the one thing that kept us going. And it helped our students feel connected. And also, people were staying home, so we did workout class. We did lots and lots of line dancing because you don't need a partner for line dancing.
Yeah.
And so we did a lot of that. What else did we do?
Those are the main ones. We even had like each person got to learn like a little snippet of something they were working on. Like, for instance, if they still want to learn their tango or salsa, we had like a fun music and they learned like their own little dance, and we actually did a little film editing and put them all together. So we had like a little mini show that we combined them all, which was super fun. And all the students got to have that as something to look forward to.
And then
that's so fun.
Yeah, we also hire like in-house, we hire coaches. Coaches are people that are maybe they're world champion, but they don't come in all the time. We will have them come in once in a while to give a boost of inspiration. So we actually even hire them through Zoom. So they are helping our students. So something different. We just want them to feel that they are still part of the community. And that was really helpful too. And we have a few students, they all have cats. And so at one of the group class that we were still hosting group class through Zoom, everybody was introducing their cats and their dogs. And so it was really cool.
Oh my gosh, that is so well, yeah, that is fun. And you're almost building the community in a different way, because if you were just in the studio, you wouldn't be saying, here's Fido, or right, here's Elmer, or whatever the animal's name is. So that's really neat. Love it. So my next question for you is, what does the future look like to you both? And do you have an exit plan?
We actually don't have an exit plan.
Because you haven't worked a day in your life. That's right. So how can you exit from that?
Yes, I believe, we believe that, and this is from the bottom of my heart, is that no matter it's good times or bad times, people need dancing. Whether it's a wartime, whether it's celebration, there's always dancing in every culture. And so and now after pandemic, we are very clear that we need dancing, and that touch, that connection, that human will always be there no matter how many years. And Arthur Murray the franchise has been open for
Over 112 years.
112 years now. And there are 350 studios out there. And during the pandemic, none of us closed. None of the Arthur Murray. Yes. And so this is like our dream is to build, whether it's our child that want to open another studio or our teachers. And if we have a group of connection that we just keep spreading out the joy and the love.
Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And truly, why would you want to exit from dancing, right? My final question for you both, all subjects open. What inspires each one of you most?
Well, for me, I guess it's two things. It's obviously it's being like the best father I can be for my daughter, who's just changed my world, and being the best husband I can for my wife. So always growing and learning on both fronts.
Love it.
In terms of dancing, it's actually very similar to when it first started. Like, I love dancing, I love learning dancing, I love teaching dancing, and that passion and curiosity and excitement still is there. I'm still taking lessons all the time, even after 12 years, and progressing my own. And I love giving that back to all the students, especially new ones who come in, and you always hear, oh, I have 2 left feet, if you can teach me how to dance. And just to see that moment when they believe they actually can learn how to dance is always such a joy and excitement. And that now they have that almost dream or fulfillment that was in there, that they can start moving into that next actualization or something that they've always really wanted.
That's so wonderful, so inspiring. Yeah, and all of a sudden you just see it click, and you know that it's all that what it's for. So you can tell me what inspires you most.
There are a few things that inspires me a lot. Is number one is being a mom. It's a completely different world, and I love every single of it, but it's also very challenging. And watching my daughter, she's almost turning 4. She is so excited about every little things in life. And when I look at her, that inspired me. I said, wow, like as adults, I feel like we always need more of that, just to be happy, be excited about the simple things in life. And so I'm always inspired by her every single day. Another thing that I'm really inspired me, especially recently, because we are dancers, health, mental health, everything of that really matters. So then like going into meditation, going into like yoga, or doing things that is good for your soul versus the everyday life things that we do, that also has been such a big inspiration. So I'm like looking deep into that these days a lot. And of course, the reason why we don't have an exit plan is the nature of this business. We love our teachers. Our teachers are young, they are passionate, and when I came in the business, I was the young person, right? But now I see them. We even have one girl who's in high school, and she's so responsible. Nobody knows that she's high school until we tell them, because it's more like a bragging, because she's so responsible. And it's the new generation. The new generations are like full of hopes, full of like, just so exciting to see them grow. And then when we are mentoring people, you see them grow. And then I have she's a manager in the Lincolnshire studio. She's Amanda, her name. When I first met her, she was a young girl. Now she's a mom. She's like a finalist in dancing. She managed a studio. The studio right now is #1 in the world in Lincolnshire. And to see that, it's very exciting. That inspired me every day to just keep being a better person.
Absolutely. What great stories. And it's interesting that you talk about the younger generation, as we're both young. Come on now. But one of the things our coaches talk about is, we have some business owners that really complain about the younger generation, and they're lazy, and they're, these millennials or these Gen Z. But our coaches talk to them. First of all, they're the future. So it's our job to lead them. But second of all, they are passionate about who they work for and what their purpose is, bigger than just earning a paycheck. And so you just hit it right on there, that it just being able to inspire and lead these people and through dancing. That's absolutely beautiful. I love that you're embracing that. So if somebody wants to come to your studio to get lessons, to socialize on a Friday night, to prepare for that wedding, that really important day, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
They feel free to call us, reach out by email if they want to show up and see what it's all about. Our door's always open, and you'll be greeted with a warm welcome and excitement to help you feel confident in what you're planning to do.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Can't wait to bring my women's group in there to have some fun, and good luck for 2023 and the rest of your lives dancing.
Thank you
so much.
It's my pleasure. Take care.